Hey, what's up everybody? BDL44 coming at you with another video. Alright, so I'm sitting here listening to music, trying to make a playlist out of what I had there. It wasn't quite coming together at all, so I took the headphones off. And the first thing I see on my phone was that Christian Koloko, center that used to play with the Raptors a couple years back, could be the front runner to sign with the LA Lakers. And of course, we talked this morning about how important it was for the Lakers to just bring in a big body man, a center. Anthony Davis has made it very clear. As of late, in a interview with Dave McMenamin, from what I understand, that he asked the Lakers to get a center, and they've yet to bring in another big man. Of course, we have the Christian Wood issues and Vanderbilt issues, and we're about to start the season. We don't have a legitimate center outside of Jackson Hayes and our last year's rookie, undrafted Colin Castleton. So it becomes a situation where you start looking around like, all right, are the Lakers going to find a guy? You know, my thing was, man, we need to do that. We need to do that. And so here comes the news of Christian Koloko potentially having some interest in being a Laker. Now, of course, it must be said that Christian Koloko thought he was going to have to retire a couple years ago or a year ago. I'm not sure how long it's been, but he had some really bad blood clot issues. But from what I understand, in August, that's of what I just read, there was some massive breakthroughs in regards to his blood clotting, and he's returning. He's returning to basketball. And it looks like the Lakers are the front runners to get a look from him. But he also has looks from, of course, his old team, the Raptors, the Spurs, and the Clippers are also in the mix for Christian Koloko. So I don't know if we're going to be the team that ultimately lands him. We've been striking out so much on just about everything we want. So I'm not going to sit up here and tell everybody this is absolutely happening. But I love the fact that I made this video this morning talking about the importance of getting a center. And now that we have some rumors here, hopefully that can actually take place. I also heard something about Yurtseven. I know he played with the Utah Jazz last year, had some really good preseason games with the Heat about 2 years ago. I don't know how connected he is to the Lakers, but he's also a center that I just read his name somewhere. He may be available. I think the Lakers, if they can't get Koloko, that might not be a bad idea to go bring him in. I think at the end of the day, you want Koloko here because he's a long-armed center. I think he's about 6'10", but his arm length is really substantial. Can catch some lobs, block some shots, rebound the ball. He's not a floor spacer or anything like that, but he runs the floor extremely well from the highlights that I just saw. It really could provide some presence with length, with this, which is ultimately what we'd be asking him to do. I don't know that he's a game changer necessarily, but there would be some upside there since he's a fairly young player. Was only drafted, 4 years ago or something like that, so there's still plenty of juice left in the tank if he's able to get back on the court. So there are a couple teams that need centers, but probably no one more so than us. I think we should do everything we can to make sure this kid is here, prioritizing him probably more so than what he would otherwise demand based on our needs. I don't think that he's somebody that you bring in and expect to play 40 minutes a game. Obviously, you still have Jackson Hayes and, of course, Castleton going to be fighting for minutes with this particular player. Anthony Davis will probably still play some center. It depends on how Coach Redick sees things. But at the end of the day, this is a big step toward stopping the bleeding on what is already starting off to be a very bad look for the Lakers without a center and without some of the moves that otherwise people expected the Lakers to make. So I think this is good. I think this is really good. The rumor is a breath of fresh air. Like I said, the player doesn't have to be good. It just needs to be a center so that Anthony Davis doesn't have to play the center 100% of the time. And that we're not asking Jackson Hayes, who tends to be up and down, to come in and really be a substantial piece. Excuse me, yawning over here, but we don't want Jackson Hayes to have to come in and be expected to be better than he is. We need comparable centers up and down the roster, at least 3 centers, in my opinion, that we can keep in rotation just in case these guys aren't really that productive. And Castleton is still learning. I think he could turn into a productive piece, but I don't know that I trust him to bang up against players and really be that rim protector that I think could complement Anthony Davis. So this is a player that I think can definitely do that. If he's healthy, if he can give us what I saw in the highlights just now, that's going to be good enough. That's going to be good enough. We don't need him to be Jokic out there or Kevin Garnett. We just need him to come in, play his game, run the floor well, catch the lobs, block some shots, and that's about it, man. So I think this is important. I think this could be a good signing. Young fella out of Cameroon, and hopefully it happens. Hopefully this takes place, man. I don't have any qualms about that. I don't think the expectation should be that he's great, but he will feel the need at the center position. Good enough, you know what I mean? So hopefully we're the team that lands him. And when we do, of course, I'll come back and have a conversation about it. But that's pretty much what I got. Just the rumor at this point, and hopefully it manifests into something good. BDF44, I thank y'all for watching. I'm out.